In this video, I'm going to show you how to monitor your AWS account using the Billing Dashboard and basic CloudWatch monitoring tool. We will look at how to track estimated charges, monitor your AWS environment, and set up billing alerts so you can stay in control of your AWS account. By end of this video, you will know exactly where to check your account usage and how to avoid billing surprises as a beginner. Let's get started. Open your AWS console and search for billing, and click on Billing and Cost Management. Once you open the Billing and Cost Management page, this becomes your main dashboard for monitoring AWS usage and account charges. At the top of the page, AWS shows estimated charges for the current month. For the brand new free tiers account, this may stay very low or shows $0 initially, which is completely normal. If you ever notice charges increasingly unexpectedly, it usually means the resources may be still running or a service was launched outside of the free tiers. That's why checking the dashboard regularly is a good habit. As you scroll down, AWS also provides a breakdown of which services are consuming resources. For an example, EC2 instances, storage, databases, or network services. This helps you to understand where usage is coming from and which services may be potentially generate charges. Now let's look at the CloudWatch, which is a AWS built-in monitoring services. Let's go ahead and search for CloudWatch. Open CloudWatch. Now CloudWatch helps monitoring AWS resources, metrics, alarm logs, and billing activities. In the cloud environment, administrators use CloudWatch to monitor servers, application, and system performance. But as a beginner, one of the most useful things we can do is to create billing alerts. For an example, CloudWatch can monitor CPU usage, network traffic, storage activity, and many other AWS metrics. But today we will focus specifically for billing alerts. Now, depending on your AWS account, you may not immediately see the billing metrics inside CloudWatch. If that happens, don't worry. You first need to enable CloudWatch billing alert from the billing preference page. So let's search for billing preference. Under alert preference, click edit. Here we want to enable receive CloudWatch billing alerts and save preference. Mine is already enabled, so I'm going to skip this step. Once this option is enabled, AWS will make the billing metrics available inside CloudWatch. Now let's go back to CloudWatch and continue creating billing alarm. Also make sure you are in the US East North Virginia region because billing metrics only appears there. So on the left side bar, look for alarm and click create alarm. Here you may see two options here, Classic and PromQL. For beginners, we will use Classic option because it's simpler and works perfectly for billing alerts. Next, AWS will ask which metrics we want to monitor. So go ahead and select metric and search for billing. If for any reason you're unable to see the billing metrics here, make sure CloudWatch billing alerts are enabled in billing preference. Okay, so select total estimated charges and then click USD, click select metrics. This matrix tracks estimated AWS charges for the current billing period. So if charges exceed a certain amount, AWS can automatically send us a notification. Next, now we are configuring when AWS should trigger the billing alert. Under condition, for the threshold type, we will keep set static. Whenever the estimated charges become greater than the normal we define, AWS will trigger the alert. For an example, I'll set the amount to $10 here, but you can use any amount you prefer. Once that is done, click Next. Now we need to configure how AWS should notify us. So under Notification, select Create a new topic or select existing one if you already created one earlier. I'm going to give a name here. AWS uses a service called SNS, which stands for Simple Notification Service, to send email alerts. So here simply enter the email address where you want to receive the notification and click Next. Now let's give the alarm a clear, meaningful name here. I'll call this My Billing Alert $10 and then click Next. Now let's quickly review the configuration. We are monitoring estimated AWS charges using threshold of $10 and sending notification to email. Everything looks good here, so go ahead and click Create Alarm. And that is it. We have successfully created AWS Billing Alert using CloudWatch. Now AWS will send a confirmation email asking you to confirm the SNS subscription. Make sure to open the email and click the confirmation link, otherwise notification will not work. Once confirmed, AWS will automatically send you email whenever the billing threshold is exceeded. You can even create a multiple billing alarms such as for $5, $10, $50, and so on for additional protection. Before we wrap up, let me quickly show you two additional AWS tools that are very useful monitoring costs. Let's search for Cost Explorer. This tool helps analyze your AWS spending over time. If this is your first time opening it, AWS may ask you to enable the services first. Once enabled, it shows graph and report for your AWS usage and spending. You can filter costs by date, range, services, or daily or monthly views. This makes it much easier to understand which AWS services are generating costs in your account. As you continue learning AWS and start using more services, this tool becomes very useful for understanding where your AWS costs are coming from. For brand new free tiers account, you may not see much data here, which is completely normal. Alright, so last but not least, AWS also provides another useful tool called AWS Budgets. It allows you to create spending limits and receive notification when costs approach certain limits. For example, you could create monthly budget of $5 or receive alert before exceeding it. These tools are extremely useful for beginners because they help you to stay in the control of AWS costs while learning cloud computing. Alright, before we wrap up, let me leave you with a quick tip to help you avoid surprises AWS build as a beginner. So overall, monitoring your AWS environment is one of the most important habits you can develop as a beginner. The billing dashboard helps you to track account usage and charges, while CloudWatch helps automate monitoring and alerts. This tool can help you to avoid unexpected AWS charges and better understand your cloud environment. In the next video, we will continue building on this AWS beginner series and explore more AWS services step by step. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.